Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the graduates of the Faculties of Commerce and Management, International Business and Politics, Health Sciences, Law, Nursing and Health, and the Graduate School of Management. In a few minutes, the graduation ceremony will commence. The procession of dais and staff parties will enter. I will signal to you when you're to rise and remain standing until all members of the staged party are seated. May I take this opportunity to request that you turn off all mobile phones and pages, and may I also remind you that flash photography is prohibited within this auditorium. Gentlemen, the Acting Chancellor, Mr. Henry Smurden, will now address us.
The Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo, Professor Dennis Lincoln, Acting Vice-Chancellor, members of the Griffith University Council, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. It is a custom for Griffith University and its guests to gather and celebrate the conferral of academic awards on its graduates. On behalf of the Council of the University, I am pleased to extend a very warm welcome to everyone present for this graduation ceremony. This occasion holds special significance for our students who today are graduating from the Faculties of Commerce and Management, Health Sciences, International Business and Politics, Law, Nursing and Health, and the Graduate School of Management. This afternoon, in the presence of family, friends, and representatives from the entire university community, your dedication and hard work are recognised and rewarded. It holds special significance for Rhiannon Morton-Robinson and the members of her family who are here today. Rhiannon is one of the first Indigenous students to graduate from Griffith University's Faculty of Law. I would like to extend a special welcome to the Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo, President of the Queensland Court of Appeals. Today she will receive the honorary degree of Doctor of the University. Justice McMurdo will also deliver this afternoon's occasional address. Universities are an important part of our nation's economic and social infrastructure. The Australian higher education sector has been transformed in recent years from a somewhat elite to a much more egalitarian system. Much has been achieved. Student numbers have nearly doubled over the past 20 years, and the sector has developed a strongly performing export industry. Close linkages have been developed between universities, industry and the community, and these have played an important part in facilitating the rapid expansion of the sector and in preparing universities for the rigours of globalisation. Education, and higher education in particular, is essential to social and economic progress. While we have much to be proud of, unfortunately Australia still has some way to go to match some other OECD countries, which consider public outlays on higher education sectors that are broadly based and accessible to be a critical investment in their human capital. The current higher education debate in Australia tends to be polarised by those committed to deregulation and the opening of the sector to market forces versus those committed to the more traditional role and nature of universities and academic enterprise. Such debate neither captures the range and diversity of universities' roles and activities, nor indeed reflects their purpose and nature. If Australia is to secure a strong, viable place for itself in the new global economy, the reality is that it must have in place policy frameworks and funding regimes which are supportive of higher education aspirations and outcomes, and which dismiss the notion that such outlays are a burdensome budget expense. The investment in higher education must be made not only for our future, but for the future of generations to come. For its part, Griffith University believes that it has an important role to play in shaping the future, and we are committed to the enrichment of the Queensland, Australian and international communities through teaching and research. Griffith is taking and will continue to take a leading role with the federal government to address the need for additional student places for Queensland and the Gold Coast region in particular. The university is a strong supporter of the Queensland Government's Smart State initiatives and the Gold Coast City Council's Innovation City strategy. In partnership with the Council, the university has commissioned a feasibility study of its proposal to establish a technology park at its Gold Coast campus. We are confident that the facilities of such a park will provide a great impetus to the development of the knowledge-based industries which are necessary to ensure Queensland's long-term economic welfare. The university's commitment to the pursuit of excellence in teaching, research and community services is embedded in its forward-looking approach that combines the best of university traditions and values with innovation. The hallmark of Griffith's activities is the bringing together of disciplines in the development of courses and research activities that meet the changing needs of society. Its activities are enhanced by the university's close links with the business and community. Griffith is the 8th largest university in terms of Commonwealth government-funded load, with approximately 24,000 students, and has won consecutive Premier of Queensland awards for export excellence in the category of education. Our university is a recognised leader in the field of flexible learning. We use information and communication technology-based modes of delivery and have 9 learning centres in operation across the university. Ultimately, we plan to have 13 such learning centres operating across our campuses and all our courses available in flexible mode. Griffith has an international approach to education and one of the most extensive networks of international linkages in Australia. its international student population has more than doubled from 1,044 in 1995 to over 2,800 this year, and it is one of the largest in Queensland. At the same time, Griffith also seeks to inculcate an international outlook in its Australian students by encouraging them to study overseas. Last year, nearly 100 Griffith students attended institutions overseas under the university's scholarship and exchange programs. The university is poised to establish itself among the top 10 research institutions in Australia. It is a participant in 12 cooperative research centres nationally and is ranked 11th among the nation's 38 public institutions in the latest Australian Research Council and National Health and Medical Research Council grant rounds. Griffith has more than doubled its performance-related external research income from approximately $11 million in 1992 to $28 million last year, as well as its student enrolments in research higher degree programs increasing from 292 in 1992 to 697 in the year 2000. In less than 30 years, Griffith has grown from being one of the smallest public universities into a multi-campus, learner-centred research institution spanning the Brisbane and Gold Coast region. Much credit for the success of today's Griffith University must be given to our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roy Webb, who retires at the end of this year. Professor Webb was appointed to this position in 1985 and has guided the university through a period of rapid expansion as the original Griffith amalgamated with the Queensland Conservatorium of Music, the Queensland College of Art, and the Mount Gravatt campus of the Brisbane College of Advanced Education and the Gold Coast College of Advanced Education. Unfortunately, Professor Webb is overseas and cannot be with us today. While Professor Webb will no doubt be sorely missed, the university is indeed fortunate that Dr. Glyn Davis, the present Director-General of the Premier's Department, has accepted the offer of Vice-Chancellorship upon Professor Webb's retirement. Dr. Davis has had a long association with Griffith, and we look forward to Dr. Davis's contributions to the ongoing success of our university. To our graduating students, may I say that now your studies are completed, you are joining an elite group. Only a comparatively small percentage of the Australian population possesses tertiary qualifications. As members of this group, you can have reasonable expectations for better employment prospects and higher salary levels. The benefits of a good education are well documented. It enables us to realise our potential as individuals, as members of our families and community, and in our careers. At the same time, education also brings particular responsibilities: to work for a better world, to be sensitive and responsive to issues of social justice, and to be competent, ethical, and hard-working professionals. I commend you on your achievements, which already signify your personal determination, energy, and the ability to make differences in your lives. However, it takes more than determination to succeed. The building blocks provided by this university and the support of your family and friends should never be underestimated. In addressing the younger graduates in particular, in the years ahead you will change. Time, your career, and the people in your lives will effect this change. How you react will depend on your attitude. You will grow and learn and hear of things not always found in books or online. You will discover diverse aspects of the human condition, and I hope that, added to the wonderful knowledge you already possess, they will nurture tolerance and understanding. My final hope for all graduates is that your years of preparation to reach this point will be the impetus for much more work and study that will reward you with many years of happiness and fulfilment. I hope you will always give back to the world in keeping with the education and opportunities afforded you. May you remember with great fondness your time at Griffith and the contribution it has made to what I hope will be a very successful life for you. As we continue with this afternoon's proceedings, I would again express warm congratulations to each one of you and extend to you our best wishes for your lives ahead. I now call on the deans who will present the graduates from their respective faculties who are to receive their awards at this ceremony.
Acting Chancellor, Professor Alan Hodgson, Dean of the Faculty of Commerce and Management.
Acting Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Commerce and Management who have been granted the following awards. Bachelor of Business Management, Melissa Visser. Bachelor of Commerce, Clinton Amos. Brett Anderson. Paola Aquino Pereira. Alan Azzopardi. Darren Bailey. Sarah Batterham. Edward Britt. Anna Maria Brown. Anthony Brown. Po Ki Chan. Anjay Chand. Chia Chi Chang Li O. Cheung Man Chiang. Wee Ho Chua. Matthew Corsa. Paul Cotter. Mario Dachevu. Chris Dunbar. Nathan Elliott. Jason English. Andrew Fisher. Danielle Francis. Jane Freeth. Margaret Gaffney. Mansoor Gill. Chris Harrison. Orly Hennick. Tanya Hillman. Peter Holmes. Sarah Holmes. Charles C. Eyre. Andrew Jennings. Michael Johnston. Danielle Kelly. Rinesh Singh Kirpal. Vanarith Kong. Cheong Yu Kua. Nina Langersek. Paul Luau. Peter Lee. Ming Hui Lim. Viviani Louis. Sanjana Matheson. Zayn Maslan. Carolyn Mibus. Lupi Mugan. D. Newen. Brioni Oliver. Kamlesh Padarath. Mark Pearce. Nicole Pegg. Stuart Finkst. Stephen Roshi. Jonathan Cito. Superlak Super Axorn. Alan Spelter. Brad Stevenson. Alice Stubberfield. Lynn Summers. Robert Tamar. Naoshi Tashiro. Francis Tam. Danielle Tolg. Tony Trail. Anne Trong. Dirk Van Til. Marcia Waters. Lee Whitbread. Sandy Wheeler. Celestiani Wirawan. Nicole Wolfe. Helen Wood. Shang Li Wu. James Yong. Candy Yong. Bachelor of Commerce with First Class Honours, Vinita Sharma. Bachelor of Commerce in Banking, Finance and Risk Management, Caroline Chim. Lynette Connor. Scott Cross. Nishant Kedia. Scott Meredith. David Ueda. Bachelor of Commerce in Financial Planning and Investments, Leslie Stiles. Bachelor of Commerce in Retail Management, Cameron Dunlop. Jacqueline Dunn. Chi Kwok. Nakwash. Bachelor of Leisure Management, Kylie Burkholtz. Shannon Exelby. Anthony Hall. Matthew Keegan. Jacqueline Sauer. Luke Watson. Graduate Certificate in Human Resource Management, Carol Lockwood. Rosie Young. Graduate Diploma of Business, Computing and Information Systems, Anup Kumar Nanuru. Vicky Smart. Da Yong Zhu. Graduate Diploma of Human Resource Management and Industrial Relations, Gwyneth Connell. Olga Danilova. Rob Fedrick. Linda Jobson. Lucy Nyeko. Master of Arts in Leisure Management, Sean Fraser. Master of Banking and Finance, Richard Lee. Alan Liao. Siamak Mohadjaran. Master of Commerce in Accounting and Finance, Clement Sim. Master of Employment Law, Jan Marie Hawkins. Master of Human Resource Management, Elizabeth Gordon. Monica Rowley. Libby Salmond. Master of Information Systems, William Ko. Amarendra Shintam Reddy. Venkat Madhav Katik Nani. Wee Nugro Ho. Boom Min Nathan Ramaswamy. Orn Arnak Sangra Arak. Namrata Sharma. Neha Sharma. Sathya Valero. Kevin Yu. Master of Marketing Management, Jasmina Bilkis. Wei Chun. Calvin Chua. Paul Fitzmaurice, Trina Hill, Akarit Kitathong, Robin Pacey, Sayamon Fung Odom, Yo Ming Ton, Marvin Sai, Prunida Vijay, Master of Professional Accounting, Sun Lee, Yan Chin, William Wang, Michael Way, Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Commerce and Management. Acting Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of International Business and Politics who have been granted the following awards. Bachelor of Arts in Asian and International Studies, Lee Henshaw. Masaki Kanaya. Jasmine Lam Singh. Cameron Lubick. Jenny McDonald. Ko Nishi. Craig Pearce. Vaughan Penfold. Yoshinobu Yugo Wachi. Sasha Mohan Villadeth. Bachelor of Arts in Japan Studies and Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Applied Linguistics, Colleen Kelly. Bachelor of International Business, Kwok Sam Chan. Suhui Chen. Rupert Hadlow. Sandra Hui. Chi Min Sai. Megumi Kobash Iguana. Devi Ko Sashai. Chia Yai Lin. Wei He Matthews. Michael Newen. Saria Oshima. Craig Pearce. Vetraval Ramasamy. Ken Sato. Sean Singh. Kian Tang. Kui Tan Tang. Monique Van Camp. Po Wu. Tammy Wu. Bachelor of International Business and Bachelor of Arts in Asian and International Studies, Aaron Preston. Bachelor of International Business and Bachelor of Commerce, Bernard Kembu. Edmund Louis. Christine Marrett. Katrina Moore. Cole Steins. Master of Applied Economics, Sharon Gibson. Master of Applied Economics, First Class Honours, Danielle Bunkik. Master of Arts in International Studies, Mark Robinson. Master of Public Sector Management, Sean Gordon. Sophie Henderson. Teresa Iwinska. Suzanne Osborne. Neil Short. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of International Business and Politics.
Acting Chancellor, Professor Roger Willis, Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences.
Acting Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Health Science who have been granted the following awards. Bachelor of Behavioural Science, Andrew Baines. Shi Lee Chua. Rebecca Curtin. Christian Jacobs. Michelle Lamar. Charlene Matar. Ryan Mahutchin. Francis Jaluta. Alyssa Sewell. Dallas Upson. The Bachelor of Human Services, Isabel Rivera. Bachelor of Psychology with Second Class Honours, Division A, Kate Bernays. Annick Marjon. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health, Matthew Malloy. Graduate Certificate in Case Management, Julianne Fuller. Aaron Minos. Trish Murphy. Jennifer Paris. Bridget Powell. Cara Wiggett. Graduate Certificate in Disability Studies, Brenda North Coombs. Graduate Certificate in Health Services Management, Colleen Hewlett. Graduate Diploma of Child and Family Studies, Michelle Robertson. Master of Clinical Psychology, Rebecca Rubin. Master of Human Services, Annalise Nilsson. The Master of Organisational Psychology, Kim Klaus-Doolan. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Health Sciences.
Acting Chancellor, Dr. Michael Robertson, Acting Dean of the Faculty of Law.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Law who've been granted the following awards. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A, Daniel Pinty. Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Arts, Leon Keel. Rhiannon Morton Robinson. Rain Nelms. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of Arts, Megan Robbins. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours, Division B, and Bachelor of Arts, Joshua Grew. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours, Division B, and Bachelor of Commerce, Nicole McPhee. Deborah Mitchell. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours, Division B, and Bachelor of International Business, Andrew Penfold. Master of Laws, David Paratz. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates in the Faculty of Law.
Acting Chancellor, Professor Anne McMurray, Dean of the Faculty of Nursing and Health.
Acting Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Nursing and Health who have been granted the following awards. Bachelor of Nursing, Yi Pin Chen. Karen Crane. Deborah Fritz. Young Han. Mei Chi Tu. Angela Webb. Graduate Certificate in Australian Nursing Studies, Margaret Ann Cosnett. Jane Egan. Eunice Hansen. Leslie Howman. Judy Quick. Hai Tuan Vu. Catherine Whitby. For the Master of Mental Health Nursing, Anne-Marie Awabdi. Nicola Filauer. Margaret Martin. Jennifer Sands. Master of Midwifery, Liz Rose. Master of Nursing with Honours, Megan Long. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Nursing and Health.
Acting Chancellor, Professor Greg Bamber, Director of the Graduate School of Management.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Graduate School of Management who've been granted the following awards. Graduate Certificate in Business Administration, Pauline Tang. The Master of Business Administration, the MBA, Barry Ashcroft. Shahid Aziz. Craig Bark. Peter Neal. Well done. Nelly Wijaya. Anoop Yodav. The MBA Advanced, Rishi Singla. The MBA with Distinction, Fiona Kraus. Andrew Perkins. Catherine Walker. The Master of Technology Management, Brett Biondi. Brett, I beg your pardon. Pui Mei Chow. Alex Lan. Varithon Siri Sataya Wong. Barry Wollaston. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Graduate School of Management.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief musical interlude performed by the students of the Queensland Conservatorium, Griffith University. Acting Chancellor, Professor Mark Finane, Dean of the Faculty of Postgraduate Education, will now present candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy.
Acting Chancellor, I will now present candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Today, the University is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Acting Chancellor, the following graduate has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Health Sciences. Analysis of health issues reporting in newspapers suggested that the public health model is presented less often and less positively than the medical model. The thesis suggests strategies to use media to promote public health issues. Acting Chancellor, I present Dr. Barbara Westwood. Acting Chancellor, the following graduates have been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of International Business and Politics. Research on Cabinet budget committees finds that the different fiscal performance of Australia and Canada from 1975 can be traced in part to the different ways cabinets have acted as guardians of the public purse. Acting Chancellor, I present Dr. Joanne Kelly. An experimental protocol measured 5 conflict modes using data collected from 384 Chinese managers. The results confirm the importance of prior relationships in the conflict process. Acting Chancellor, I present Dr. Shan Ma. Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Doctor of Philosophy graduates.
With the authority of the Council, I shall now confer the degree of Doctor of the University. And I call upon the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dennis Lincoln, to read the citation.
Acting Chancellor, the Council of the University has resolved to award the degree of Doctor of the University to the Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo. Acting Chancellor, the Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo was born in 1954 and educated at the Brisbane Girls' Grammar School. She graduated from the University of Queensland in 1975 with a Bachelor of Laws degree and was admitted as a barrister in December 1976. Justice McMurdo worked as a clerk to His Honour Judge Demak in the District Court in 1975 and in 1976 was the associate to Dr. Justice Demak, who was the inaugural senior judge in Queensland in the newly formed Family Court of Australia. In 1976, she joined the Public Defender's Office, where she worked as a barrister, conducting cases in the Magistrates' Court, Children's Court, District and Supreme Courts, Mental Health Tribunal, Court of Criminal Appeal, and the High Court. During her time with the Public Defender's Office, Justice McMurdo was promoted to Assistant Public Defender. From 1989 to 1991, she practiced as a barrister in private practice, appearing as both prosecutor and defence counsel, and in civil matters. On the 29th of January 1991, Justice McMurdo was the first woman in Queensland to be appointed a judge when she was commissioned as a judge of the district courts. From 1993 until 1998, she additionally held a commission as a children's court judge. In 1998, she was appointed President of the Court of Appeal's Supreme Court of Queensland, the first woman in Australia to be appointed to such a position. Justice McMurdo was a founding member of the Women Lawyers Association of Queensland and was president from 1980 to 1981. From 1992 to 1994, she was a member of the Litigation Reform Commission of the Criminal Procedure Division. She was an elected trustee of the Brisbane Girls Grammar School from 1994 to 1998, and from 1996 to 1998, she was a member of the District Court Strategic Planning and Budget Committee, and in 1997 to 1998 convened the District Court Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders Committee. Since February 1991, she has been a member of the Queensland University of Technology Faculty of Law Advisory Committee. Justice McMurdo has been a member of the Zonta Club of Brisbane for over 20 years and is a member of the Zonta International Legislative Awareness and Advocacy Committee. She is a patron of the Southside Education Centre, a community access school providing holistic support to young women from troubled backgrounds who have not flourished in their traditional educational system. Her wide membership of clubs and societies reflects her interest in legal, educational, historical, women's and Indigenous issues. It is fitting that Griffith University should honour Margaret Ann McMurdo in recognition of her distinguished contributions to the legal profession and to the community. Acting Chancellor, it is with the greatest pleasure that I present to you Margaret Ann McMurdo for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University. My apologies there. I now call upon the Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo to deliver the occasional address.
Acting Chancellor Mr Henry Smerdon, Acting Vice-Chancellor Professor Dennis Lincoln, members of the Griffith University Council, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I always enjoy graduation ceremonies. It is impossible not to feel enriched and stimulated by the excitement of the occasion, the intellectual energy and the youthful enthusiasm of the young graduates, and the deserved pride of their family and friends, whose unconditional love is such that they have forsaken the Brisbane Lions to support us this afternoon. Today, of course, is extraordinarily special for me because of the great honour that Griffith University has conferred upon me, the honorary degree of Doctor of the University. As my witty husband quips, our respective mothers always wanted a doctor in the family. Whilst I am delighted to share the day with all the special graduates, it is pleasing to acknowledge the achievements of another law graduate, Ms Rhiannon Morton-Robinson, one of the first Indigenous law graduates from this university. It is with some reservation that in the presence of such joy and goodwill, I have decided to present an address today on the grim topic of domestic violence. But having been given the opportunity to talk to you, I wanted to say something that matters. A dark shadow fell over the world when terrorists struck at the World Trade Center in New York and the Pentagon in Washington just 2.5 weeks ago. All right-thinking citizens of the world are still emotionally reeling from the shock of such unprovoked, monumental violence targeting thousands of innocent civilians, and feel deep empathy with the tens of thousands more whose lives have been thrown into turmoil by the loss of their parents, loved ones, or livelihoods. In this shrinking, globalised world, most of us were only 1 or 2 degrees separated from someone who was touched by the tragedy. For example, graduates from this university, like the brilliant Griffith Law graduate Oliver Bennett, a Fulbright scholar who is now living in New York. No doubt those graduates all have their own stories to tell. But as we emerge from the shock and grief reaction and live with the uncertainty of the effect of the events in the USA on our own lives, our response must be positive. We must commit ourselves to maintaining and improving our Australian democratic institutions, a fairly elected legislature, an independent judiciary, an honest and efficient police force and public service, and a society which offers equality of opportunity for all. Our challenge is to not let these violent events destroy the tolerance, acceptance, and egalitarianism on which our multicultural and great nation of migrants and Aborigines is built. I have no doubt that in the end, the essential goodness and worth of our institutions will triumph over the dark forces of terrorism. We must use the very great privilege of tertiary education in democratic Australia to make our nation and world a better place in the very face of such wickedness. It seems to me that if we want a peaceful world, we must start with a peaceful home. That is not a reality for a very significant proportion of the world's population. Whilst men are occasionally victims of domestic violence, it is women and children who overwhelmingly bear its brunt. A key pillar of the United Nations Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women is the eradication of violence against women and children. Approximately 1/4 of the world's women are violently abused in their own homes. I can almost hear the cogs in your brain turning over. You may have heard in some remote parts of the world of rape victims killed by their male relatives, or brides killed by disappointed husbands and relatives, but you think there is not much domestic violence in Australia. You may be shocked to know that 23% of Australian women who have ever been married or in a de facto relationship experience violence by a partner at some time during that relationship. 3 times a fortnight, a homicide is committed by an intimate partner, and in 4 out of 5 of these, the perpetrator is male and the victim female. More than 40% of homicides occur within the family circle. About 25% of homicides are marital killings, and almost all child homicide victims are killed by fellow family members. From a personal perspective, I have been but 1 degree separated from scores of women whom I know have been abused by their partners. It is an understatement to point out that domestic violence has a negative effect on children. Most women who experience violence from a partner report that they had children in their care at some time during that relationship. Research reveals that children exposed to family violence may suffer a kind of brain damage which can lead to dissociative and other psychological disorders. Up to 1/4 of young people in Australia have witnessed an incidence of physical or domestic violence against their mother or stepmother. Witnessing parental domestic violence is the strongest predictor of the perpetration of violence in young people's own intimate relationships. Hence the evocative slogan in the campaign against domestic violence, "Break the cycle." It is concerning that 1 in 3 young people, both males and females, recently surveyed, reported incidents of physical violence in their personal relationships. 42% of 19 to 20-year-old women who have had a boyfriend experienced some form of physical violence from a boyfriend at least once, and almost 1/3 of 19 to 20-year-old women reported they had been frightened or hurt in 1 or more instances of violence. Although young men experienced similar levels of physical violence from their girlfriends, the young women were 4 times as likely to have been frightened by the episode of aggression. Whilst studies suggest that incidents of domestic violence are more common in lower socioeconomic circles, domestic violence crosses all cultural, religious, economic, educational and professional boundaries. A 1992 study of Anglican and Uniting Church communities indicated that 22% of the perpetrators attended church regularly, and a further 14% were involved in church leadership. Domestic violence permeates not only long-term heterosexual relationships, but dating relationships and homosexual relationships. A recently recognised form of domestic violence is elder abuse, affecting between 4 and 20% of the aged. There is growing concern also about violence in the workplace. Australian community attitudes to domestic violence are concerning. 83% agree that most people turn a blind eye to domestic violence, not wanting to get involved. And 8% feel that physical force is justifiable when the man is provoked by his wife, by nagging, refusing to obey him, sleeping with another man, refusing to sleep with him, wasting money, not keeping the house clean, and not having meals ready on time. It is self-evident that if we want to reduce the incidence of violence in our homes, we must change these attitudes. To quote from a Domestic Violence Resource Centre fact sheet, domestic violence remains largely a hidden crime. Any hope for change in the future depends on all of us to take responsibility for condemning acts of domestic violence. There are no excuses. To do something about domestic violence, it's necessary to understand its dynamics. All too often, the question asked is not why does someone commit domestic violence, but why does she stay? There are many answers. Victims are usually isolated from other supportive people and networks, often deliberately by the perpetrator. Victims believe they have no escape, and indeed escape may have been previously blocked by the perpetrator. Victims often treasure the kindness and affection they receive in between incidents of violence. Physical and psychological abuse may strip the victim of dignity and self-worth. If she is beaten, it is because she is bad. It is her fault, and she must try harder to be good. To leave the relationship is to wreck the family. It may mean there is a risk of losing custody of the children. Leaving may result in poverty, particularly in remote areas where there are few real alternatives available. Victims are right to fear leaving, for it is the time of greatest risk of serious violence to the victim. Many homicides occur in such circumstances. In any case, separation and divorce do not guarantee safety for abused women and children. Let's return then to the real question: why do men abuse their partners? Studies on domestic violence show that testosterone levels or other biological factors do not cause men to be violent. Alcohol, drugs and stress are contributing factors, but domestic violence is caused by the perpetrator's conduct, not external influences. It is done usually in the privacy of the home, often on parts of the body not publicly shown. Perpetrators frequently rationalise their behaviour. She deserved it, or she bruises easily. Domestic violence represents the need of the perpetrator to subject the victim to domination, control, intimidation, and humiliation. But there is hope. Much progress has been made in recent years. Despite the undoubted applicability of the cycle of violence thesis to those young people who have witnessed domestic violence, this means only an increased probability that they themselves will become perpetrators or victims. Child victims remain masters of their own fate. The majority of children who have grown up in violent homes do not go on to perpetrate violence in their relationships, and many are determined to and successfully break that cycle. Organisations like the Domestic Violence Resource Centre counsel victims and educate the community. Queensland's annual Domestic Violence Prevention Week raises public awareness. There is a domestic violence telephone service operating 24 hours a day throughout Queensland, and there are 11 regional domestic violence services across this vast decentralised state, which provide counselling, information, referral and support. 5 within South East Queensland and others in Cairns, Emerald, Mackay, Roma, Toowoomba and Townsville. Women from non-English speaking backgrounds can access the Immigrant Women's Support Service. Griffith University, through the Gamari Centre, has supported its director, Bonnie Robertson, in her groundbreaking report and recommendations on violence against women in Indigenous communities. Legal Aid Queensland has set best practice guidelines to assess professionals in providing a consistent level of service to domestic violence survivors, and has launched a domestic violence self-help kit for victims. Specialised domestic violence courts have been established in some countries and in South Australia with a rehabilitation focus. Men can receive counselling and advice on the Men's Info Line. Programs help perpetrators of domestic violence who accept responsibility for their actions and seek to change their violent behaviour. This poem reflects the journey of one man who was able to successfully break the cycle. Autobiography in 5 chapters. Peter, 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to get out. 2. I walked down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street. Whilst perpetrator programs are important, less than 20% of domestic violence is reported to police, so that such programs reach only the tip of the domestic violence iceberg. Reported cases are just the ugly pimple on the rotten pumpkin of domestic violence. Feminist groups rightly emphasise the deterrent effect of condign punishment. They warn that rehabilitative programs may send the wrong message and be seen as too soft an approach. As always in sentencing, some cases will warrant a rehabilitative approach, whilst others will require salutary punishment. Despite the progress that has been made, domestic violence remains a significant social evil. What can we do about it? This year, 54% of undergraduates in business and law and 75% of those enrolled in health courses at this university are women. These figures reflect the social revolution which has taken place over the last 30 years during the life of this university. Gender equity is increasingly obvious at every level of our society. For example, about 1/3 of our state parliamentarians are now women, the second highest proportion of women in a legislature in the world. The exercise of power and authority by women importantly helps change previous, perhaps unconscious perceptions that only men exercise power and influence. We can all work to change entrenched beliefs that the ideal masculine model is aggressive and dominant, especially in personal relationships. We can, of course, ensure that our intimate personal relationships are based on equality and reflect this in the way we raise our children. We also have an opportunity in our personal relationships at work and within the community to provide positive role models and, if occasion arises, offer support to possible victims or positively influence possible perpetrators of domestic violence. We can all work to eliminate violence and bullying in the workplace. Those of you who are graduates in commerce or management may be able to further the work of worthwhile campaigns like Business Against Domestic Violence, recently organised through the Office of the Prime Minister. Make no mistake, domestic violence is an economic issue, and the cost of it has an enormous impact on the individual, community and government finances. Not only are there the physical and psychological injuries to the victim, there are the financial and emotional repercussions for the victim's family and friends, the direct financial cost to the victims, and the growing economic cost to the community of counselling, pharmaceutical, medical and hospital services, and sometimes emergency housing to victims. There are indirect and incalculable costs to society of the lost days, weeks or years of contribution of skills and earnings that a shattered victim may have made to the community. There are the long-term costs when child victims themselves become dysfunctional and antisocial, and the very significant costs of apprehending, charging, trying and punishing the perpetrators. It makes economic sense to work to eliminate domestic violence. Many of you law graduates will practice in criminal or family areas or volunteer at community legal centres, and you will have clients involved in domestic violence. Your understanding and sensitivity to the issue will be important both to your clients and to society. The Domestic Violence Family Protection Act has improved the lot of victims. Your role in ensuring clients understand their rights and responsibilities, combined with the role of the police in early intervention and the role of the courts in recognising domestic violence as serious criminal conduct, will be crucial in rendering positive social change. Recent research from the Australian Institute of Criminology demonstrates that court orders are more effective than police protection alone. The importance of the rule of law to stamp out domestic violence cannot be overestimated and is the most effective weapon against it. I reiterate that domestic violence is a major health issue, and you graduates in health sciences and nursing health will very likely be called upon to minister to its victims. This will provide you a special opportunity to help break that cycle and render positive social change. Finally, you graduates in international business and politics may well have the chance to assist in the implementation of policies, domestically and internationally, to help reduce levels of domestic violence. Much has been done, but much hard work remains before Australia can claim to have significantly reduced domestic violence against women and children. Our challenge is to show leadership and use our privileged positions and skills within our community to make it and the world more peaceful by working towards this goal. We're now shocked to recall that in the 19th century, husbands were lawfully entitled to discipline their wives with a stick as long as it was no thicker than their thumb, hence the expression, rule of thumb. Let's hope our community soon has a similar attitude to those who would turn a blind eye to the hidden crime of domestic violence, not wanting to get involved. I have focused this afternoon on a single, though significant, social problem. There are all too many others. My hope is that those of us who have had degrees conferred this afternoon by this great university, a centre of enlightenment, progression and reason, can achieve success, whatever that subjective concept may mean to each of us. But as we do, I hope we use the privileges and responsibilities that come with education to lead our local, state, national and international community ethically and with intellectual strength and fair dealing to make this imperfect world a little less so. Thank you.
It is my pleasure in bringing proceedings to a close this afternoon to say a few words of thanks to our new Doctor of the University. Before doing so, I would like to extend my congratulations to all those who have graduated here this afternoon. And I'd like to also encourage you to join our Alumni Association. We're interested in following your careers into the future. We hope you're interested in staying in touch with the university. And I hope many of you will perhaps find your way back here to future graduations as your careers unfold. On your behalf, I would like to thank the Honourable Justice Margaret McMurdo, Doctor of the University, for her occasional address. She has drawn our attention to a problem, I think, of enormous magnitude, that of domestic violence, and highlighted that those of us in the audience with a Y chromosome have something to answer for in this respect. And she has drawn our attention to the impact that it has, in particular, on children, leading them in turn, of course, to indulge more likely in domestic violence, and thus we face a continuing cycle of activity, which, as serious as that is, all too often overflows to externally impact on the community, on society, and on the economic and social stability of that society and its well-being. And she has called upon us, I think rightly so, to play our part to try and break that cycle of horror. I'd like to ask you to thank the Honourable Margaret McMurdo for her occasional address.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is now concluded. When the music begins, please rise and remain standing as the dais and staff procession, along with the graduates, retire.